At the heart of the American Revolutionary War lies a multifaceted narrative of economic strain, ideological fervor, and political strife, culminating in a fervent quest for independence from British dominion. Officially igniting in 1775, the war's seeds were sown through a series of events and policies that engendered deep-seated discontent and rebellion throughout the 13 American colonies. This narrative is not merely a chronicle of military confrontations and declarations. It represents a profound transformation towards self-governance and freedom, a saga of determined colonists challenging an entrenched empire to assert their rights and ideals. The aftermath of the French and Indian War in 1763 marked a critical juncture for the British Empire and its American territories. Burdened by a colossal national debt, Britain sought to recoup its losses by imposing taxes on the colonies, thus sparking widespread dissent. Notably, the Stamp Act of 1765 and the Townshend Acts of 1767, which levied direct taxes on various commodities, ignited a fervent debate over the legitimacy and morality of taxation without representation in Parliament. The colonial response was swift and unanimous, capturing the spirit of defiance that would characterize the American Revolution. The rallying cry, "No taxation without representation," encapsulated the colonies' collective grievance, uniting them in a common cause against imperial overreach. Amidst this economic discontent, the American Enlightenment period was reshaping colonial ideology, fostering a shift towards notions of self-governance, rights, and the social contract. Influential figures such as Thomas Paine, with his persuasive pamphlet Common Sense, galvanized the American public towards the cause of independence. John Locke's theories on governance and the social contract further provided a philosophical underpinning for the burgeoning revolutionary spirit. This intellectual movement was not confined to philosophical discourse. It permeated the colonies, influencing political thought and public sentiment, thereby laying the groundwork for revolutionary action. The escalation of tensions was marked by a series of confrontations and events that further estranged the colonies from the British Crown. The Boston Massacre in 1770, where British soldiers killed 5 colonial protesters, and the Boston Tea Party in 1773, a bold act of defiance against the Tea Act, were emblematic of the growing unrest. The British response, particularly the imposition of the Intolerable Acts, aimed at punishing Massachusetts for the Tea Party, served to unite the colonies further against British rule. The First Continental Congress in 1774 was a testament to this unity, as delegates from 12 of the 13 colonies convened to articulate their grievances and prepare for potential conflict. The outbreak of war at Lexington and Concord in April 1775 marked the culmination of these mounting tensions. The British intent to confiscate colonial arms and arrest revolutionary leaders sparked the first military engagements of the Revolutionary War. Though small in scale, these skirmishes signified a decisive break from British authority, marking the commencement of open hostilities. The siege of Boston that followed underscored the colonies' resolve to fight for their independence, setting the stage for a protracted struggle against one of the world's most formidable empires. Central to the early stages of the war were figures whose leadership and foresight profoundly influenced the revolution's trajectory. George Washington, appointed commander-in-chief of the Continental Army, emerged as a beacon of American resolve and military acumen. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, pivotal in the Continental Congress, played crucial roles in advocating for independence and drafting the Declaration of Independence, respectively. Paul Revere's legendary Midnight Ride, warning of the British advance, became a symbol of the patriotic fervor that fueled the revolutionary cause. On the opposite side, King George III's steadfast policies and refusal to yield to colonial demands further galvanized the American resolve for independence. As the war unfolded, it became evident that the conflict was not merely a military engagement, but a profound struggle for a new national identity. The early stages of the conflict, marked by acts of defiance, intellectual awakening, and the unification of the colonies, laid the foundation for a revolution that would challenge the very notion of colonial subservience. The leaders and citizens who championed the cause of independence were not only fighting for their immediate rights, but were also laying the groundwork for a democratic nation, predicated on the ideals of liberty and justice. In their quest for independence, the American colonies embarked on an unprecedented journey, challenging the might of the British Empire and asserting their right to self-determination.